Hi, friends, brothers, and sisters. I am Francis, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Our reflection today is based on the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 to 13, which tells the story of the transfiguration of Jesus. Have you ever had a chance encounter with a celebrity? Either a politician, an actor or actress, a musician, or maybe an athlete that you admire. I've had several in my life. One time, while eating at Ming's Garden in Cavite, former President Fidel V. Ramos dropped by, shook hands with me and my brothers and sisters from Solve, and even posed for a photo. I was starstruck and speechless, and I could only blurt out, Mr. President, and shook his hands. Another time, my wife and I participated in a fun run. And while going around the general area after the race, we encountered the captain, Alvin Patrimonio. And for me, big man, 6'4", wide-bodied, broad-shouldered, and one of the greatest PBA players of all time. And same experience, I could not speak properly, and I don't know, I probably mumbled something along the lines of, pwede po magpa-picture. In today's gospel, in front of three of his disciples, Jesus underwent a physical change where his clothes became shining white, whiter than anyone in the world could wash them. Then appeared beside him, Moses and Elijah. And well, for me personally, I consider them to be Old Testament heavyweights. No? Like Jesus, they both performed miracles, and people were witnesses to these miracles. Moses stretched out his hands and parted the Red Sea. He tapped a rock, and water started flowing out of the rock. Elijah prayed to the Lord, and the Lord sent fire down to the altar, burned the sacrifice, dried up the water around the sacrifice, and ended the drought of that time. So these are great men, big men, and they were in the company of Jesus. Scriptures does not say explicitly what they talked about. I mean, for all we know, that could have been just a courtesy call, and I imagine Elijah just saying, "Hey Jesus, what's up, bro?" But for Peter, James, and John, that must have been a sight, such a sight. Peter then said, "Teacher, how good it is that we are here." Peter, James, and John had seen something so extraordinary that they were completely at a loss on what to say. You know, we too have our own stories of how good it is that we are here. We too have experienced extraordinary things and events in our lives that we cannot help but simply marvel at the greatness of God. Last year, one of our couple friends' daughter got sick. She spent about 26 days in the hospital, more than 20 of them in the ICU. And looking back, there were some days when it felt like we were just waiting for the Lord to take her to heaven. But she eventually recovered. And when we got word that she finally went home with her parents, I could only smile and thank the Lord. That was amazing, extraordinary. And it was good that I was there to see it. And brothers and sisters, this is just a preview of great things to come. Just like watching a trailer of a great movie and getting excited enough that we will make sure to watch the movie, whether at the cinema or on TV when it is eventually shown. The extraordinary things we have seen and will continue to see are just previews of great things to come. There is a life for us after our earthly lives, and we can all share in the glory of Jesus in heaven. The other thing that struck me is when a voice came from the clouds, came from the heavens and said, "This is my own dear son. Listen to him." Right now we are surrounded, bombarded, and probably overwhelmed with good news, bad news, and fake news. And when we are at the point where we no longer know what to believe, we are encouraged, nay, commanded, to listen to Jesus. Peter said it best in John 6, verse 68, when he said, Lord, to whom would we go? You have the words that give eternal life. So, brothers and sisters, I encourage everyone, every day, spend time to drown out the noise of the world and have a conversation with Jesus and listen to Him. If especially in days when it feels like the world is just giving us news of death, news of misery, news of suffering, let's have a conversation with Jesus, because Jesus is the source of life and Jesus is the source of salvation. If you have been pleased by this short reflection, please like and share Pathways of Hope to your friends and loved ones. Again, my name is Francis Ortega. Thank you and have a great day.